Hey everyone, it's me Azu and welcome back to another episode of Tutorial on Wheels. In this episode, I am going to build a Pennsylvania Railroad T1 steam locomotive. The Pennsylvania Railroad T1 was a class of streamlined duplex steam locomotive built in the mid-1940s for high-speed passenger services. Featuring a distinctive Art Deco design by Raymond Loewy, the T1 had a 4-4-4-4 wheel arrangement with two sets of diving wheels, powered by separate cylinders. These locomotives were designed for speed and elegance, capable of exceeding 100 miles per hour, but they were also known for the mechanical complexity and wheel slip issues. Although only 52 were produced, the T1 remains an iconic example of American steam locomotive innovation at the twilight of the steam era. So, just to get everything together in advance, I just want to let you know all the mods that I used for this train. I used Chip, I used the Copycat Plus, and I have used the Create mod to build this whole thing up. Well, the list of materials you will need is the following. Pause the video anytime you need to get to know which materials I needed to build. Well, for sure you don't need the grass. So let's just start the whole thing. I have prepared a lot of things that should be done in advance because, well, this is the main middle line of the whole train. This is going to be the locomotive's base, and these are the blocks that should be in this mechanical part right here. I just placed them so you will have a better overview of the whole thing. So as you can see, it's pretty straightforward. 2 on the side, a bogie, 3 bogie, 5 bogie, 4 slabs, and a bogie. And on top of this bogie, you also have to have 2 out-hanging blocks. Right here, you will need a plated gray locomotive, a cauldron, hopper, observer, basin, hopper, a pipe that is textured with deep slate bricks, and a copycat cogwheel that is decorated with deep slate bricks, cauldron, and another plated one. So let me just get into the bogie part. For the first one, you will need the double and the modern bogie. I thought that this is going to be the best one for this, and well, I just used it because it really resembles the original front 2 axles of the T1. And for the driving wheels, I am going to use the long 040 driver. I'm going to place down the bogie, and right here I just have to click on the track, and right now I just want to click on the main part of the bogie and it will just rotate it. That's perfect. You can see it aligns perfectly in the middle of the first 2 axles. And for the second driving wheel, I am going to use short 040 driver, extended, and there we go. For the trailing wheels, you have to use a double axle and medium 404 trailing. We go. You have the bogies, and that looks perfect. Oh my god, I just love how this train takes a shape, and I think the shape of it is really unique. It's a bit scary, but I think it's unique. So now let's start with the front. This is going to be probably the hardest part to do, so let's get into it. I'm going to remove this plating part here because you will see it better now. Well, first of all, you will need a chute on top of this piston, and then you have to have a hopper right in front of it and the basin right in front of the hopper. I am just going to do one side because, well, the other side is just a copy paste, and you can do it with a schematic and the schematic cannon. Underneath the basin and the hopper, you can place 2 flute pipes, but you can only place 1 at a time because they will connect otherwise. So if you put brackets on a flute pipe, they will not connect. That's also a pretty good tip for placing flute pipes in survival. They will not connect if you put brackets on them. Alright, on top of the basin and the hopper, you can place a copycat stair, and the copycat stair like this. No, actually it should be like this, and this one should be like this. And now you can place another one here. You can place 2 gray sledge locomotives next to this pipe and next to the basin, and you can also decorate these stairs with the locomotive. Now I'm going to place a copycat vertical step right over here, and I am going to do a copycat byte set right here, like so, in an L shape. I'm going to place a copycat step right on the bottom of this vertical step, and I'm going to place a half panel on top of this step. I'm going to put a copycat layer right behind this step, and I am going to raise it just this much, so it's a double click for me. And I'm going to place another half panel right over there. So now I can decorate all these copycat blocks with the locometal. Right underneath this L shape should be cobble deep slate. I'm gonna place another locometal here and the black concrete powder here. I'm going to place the headstock on the front. I'm going to use the copycat headstock knuckle coupler like that. I'm going to do another L shape like this, and now I am going to remove this track right over here, and I'm going to place a copycat slab like so. All can be cobble deep slate. I am going to place 2 letters here and the copycat slice on top of this basin. This slice can be slash locometal, and the letters can be smokebox texture. I'm gonna double click. All right, now I am going to place 2 additional slabs. I mean just one because I'm doing just one side, and a copycat step like so. I'm going to texture them with cobble deep slate as well. I'm gonna place 11 deep slate tiles behind this stair with the copycat locometal texture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There we go. And now I am going to start to decorate this part where the bogies are and these mechanical parts are. So I'm going to place 2 shafts. I'm going to put a metal bracket right on the bottom side of, well, on the bottom shaft. Wait, I just tried to overcomplicate it. So next to this hopper, I'm going to place a thick inlay deep slate, and this is from chipped. So you can have a chipped mod to do this, or you can actually use vanilla textures, but you have to pay attention that you have to replace all these textures around. Okay, this is perfect. And now you can place 2 pipes like so, and you can hold the rear one with a bracket. Now you can use smokebox texture on that. I'm going to place a block right here next to this piston, and I'm going to put a copycat panel on it, which will have a smokebox texture. Now I'm going to place a chute on top, and I am going to place copycat half panels double on both sides and texture them with polished deep slate. Right here next to the other piston, I am going to use another block, another copycat panel, and I place an ornate deep slate pillar, which is also from chip. So leaving out this block, I will place 3 slabs and the 4th one, and right next to it I'm going to place a basin. I leave out 2 blocks and place another basin, and I'm going to place down hoppers, both facing the side basins. I will place 3 shafts underneath the basin and the 2 hoppers, and they are copycat shafts. And I'm going to place brackets, 2 from underneath and 1 from the side. I'm going to place a shaft underneath this basin, and I'm going to put a bracket to face the rear part of the locomotive. I'm going to texture these slabs with trodden deep slate and rock deep slate, like so. I am going to place a copycat pipe right over here. I'm going to hold it down with a metal bracket that is facing the other one, and I'm going to texture it with the locometal smoke box. Let's just place another deep slate tile here, and let's place copycat slices on the bottom side of these blocks, and I have to place the 4th one on top of this one like this, so it is shifting with basically 1 block. Now let me just texture it, and now this side of the locomotive is done. Now I'm going to place the plating. So first of all, I will need copycat panels and copycat half panels. I'm going to place copycat half panels right here, and actually I have to raise the slice that was here with 1. Sorry for that. I'm going to place another copycat half panel right here, another half panel right here, and a full panel right there. I'm gonna do an L shape right here, and I'm going to place a panel here, another one here, and I'm going to place another half panel like so. From this point you can go all the way with the panels until you hit this point. you can place 4 slabs like that, and you can also put the half panels on the side of these. I am going to do the cabin part, so I'm going to place temporary blocks. Just, I can texture the side panels. I'm going to place a full panel here. I'm going to leave out 1.5 block and place a half panel right there. I am going to place a slice right there, and I'm going to place half panels all the way on the top in a horizontal stance. Okay, I can remove these temporary blocks, and now I'm going to place 1, 2, 3, 4 of this stacked deep slate brick. I'm going to place copycat steps on top of it. I'm going to place a copycat sliding door right over here. I'm going to place slabs right here, and now we can do this back pillar, and for sure place a copycat bite right over there. I am going to extend these half panels like so. I'm going to place a full panel right here and another half panel. I'm gonna place 2 ladders right here, half panel right here, and we are basically done with the side plates. Oh, it's so cool. Well, look at it. I can just leave it like this. No one will notice it. Okay, so the texturing goes like this. I play 2 sanded deep slates, or actually 3 right here. I'm gonna place sanded deep slates right here as well. Until this point, right here, I can just use cobble deep slate. Here I can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this one is also trodden. This middle part is also trodden, and this half panel is also trodden. And I use it for the doors as well. I will do sanded right here and 1 sanded right here. I will do rough here, and all the way here. I'm gonna do that here as well. And I'm going to place deep slate tiles right over here. And these can be cobble deep slates. Now that we have this part, we can place down the boiler. And for the boiler, well, if you place the boiler down like that, you can just place it like so. But if you press the left shift, you can place it with a half block up, and that is what I'm going to do now. I will need 14 boilers, and if I press shift and do it like so, this will give you that half block up stance for the boiler, because, well, if you just press right click, you see it is a half block lower, but we need this one, and we will need 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There we go. And now, probably the most exciting part, the nose of this locomotive. Well, this is what made me fall in love with this locomotive. I just love it. I just love it. So the way you can do it is very simple. Well, at first, I'm going to use a copycat step, like so. Then a copycat slice, and I click on that double. So it's double the size of a regular copycat slice. I'm going to texture them with the Locometal smoke bar. Now I'm going to place a vertical slab like so, and I'm going to texture it to stand like this. Now I'm going to place a temporary block here, and I'm going to do the copycat stack half layers. First of all, this has to be 1, 2, 3, and this one has to be 1, 2. And the texturing is the same as the one above. You always have to check that the rivets are aligning on one side. For this side, I'm going to use copycat vertical half layers like that, 3 and 2. And right underneath, I'm going to use the copycat stacked half layers again, but I only do 2 and 1. And now you have to do the same texturing, but in this case, you can only do it like that. Right here, you can place a regular smoke box, but the rivets have to face this way. And right underneath, you can place copycat stacked half layers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And underneath, 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. And you just have to do the texture. Perfect. You can destroy these blocks because you don't need them anymore. And right now, you can place a half panel right on top of this full block, and then place 1 full panel and 2 full panels. And right behind the second panel, you can place the double smokestack, but the other way around. There you go. And the last thing that you will need is a yellow placard. You can actually use floodlight or anything that fits here, but right in this mod pack, I only have the placard that looks exactly like the one I needed. On top, you can place slabs with gray Locometal textures like so. And so you can go all the way until you hit the roof. I also wanted to mention that right here on this area, you can actually destroy the full blocks and place half blocks so that you will have more space in the cabin. Well, if you don't need more space, that's totally fine. It's just a little tip from me. I am going to place some decorations for the boiler. I'm going to place a copycat shaft, leave out one block and another one, and I'm going to place copycat shaft all the way along the side until it hits this point. I am going to place metal brackets on top so they are connecting, and you can texture them with a sanded deep slate block. Now you could just copy paste it to the other side. It's pretty easy, and you just have to move it into the right place like so, and there you have it. Now it looks good from both sides, right? Oh, I just forget to texture these slabs. You can use any kind of blocks, it will not be pretty visible. So okay, just another thing, you have to place copycat vertical stairs right here. Okay, so this one can be deep slate brick, this one will be the rough deep slate, and this one going to be the sanded. All right, let me just do the interior. You have to place a blast furnace right there, you have to place observers like this, and you have to place a cauldron right there. I placed levers like this, and I've placed a stressometer on top like that. Right here I'm going to place the train control, and right here I am going to place the seats, although I am going to fill out this gap. There we go. Well, if you want to be really precise, you can also fill this hole right here with a textured block. This is basically the interior. I don't want to go into the details too much with the tender. You have to use the quadruple medium 808 tender block, use that, and they worked out pretty well. And you just have to do full blocks, and that's basically it. On the top you have to use these stacked deep slate bricks with the copycat steps, and right here I just placed some copycat shafts, but honestly I don't really want to go into the details that much. Well, one thing that is, well, pretty outstanding or not a usual thing is that displaying this text right here. It is 10 blocks long, and the way you can do it is just place 10 displays like this, and I used a name tag where I technically just started to type in Pennsylvania, and I left 3 spaces between 2 letters. There we go. Well, if you want to do it in survival, you can apply this text like so. You will need a cogwheel and you will need a hand crank, or if you have an energy source, well, you can do that as well, but this is the easiest way to do it. So you have to start to crank this hand crank, and I am going to quickly switch to the screens like this. Okay, now I managed to get on both rows, but if you just want to do one like that, you have to crank it a bit further so it will properly display the whole thing. And now you can just apply a yellow paint so it will be colored, and I just covered the empty space up. So other than that, I use black stone as coal, and this is technically how it turned out. I think this is just amazing. In case of gluing, I don't want to do a tutorial because, well, this is really hectic and it was really hard for me to do. Now it is working. It doesn't look good in the turns, but it's working. So if you download the schematic, you will have the glued version, but I would advise you to find your way around the gluing because, well, I'm not the best person when it comes down to gluing, but let me just show you what I'm thinking about. Oh gosh, just look at this beauty. Look at how it goes. I'm going to show you how ugly it can be when it comes down to turning. Yeah, you see? Oh yeah, you have never seen this. Yeah, we just forget about it. We have to quickly forget about it. So yeah, gluing is not my favorite part and I'm not really good at it. But well, I managed to glue it, it works. If you are not using too sharp turns, you will not have any problems. Yeah, it's how it is, like that. But if you have any gluing tips, then I am just more than happy to see it. So yeah, I mean, wow, I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of myself again because we have done this amazing train together. And wow, I think this is pretty hard. I spent days to build this whole thing, and you just done it in like a matter of minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, because you have watched my video that tried to help you as much as it could. So oh gosh, it just feels good to be back with the tutorial on wheels because trains are back on the channel, and I just want to thank you all so much for all the support and all the kind words that you give me throughout my videos and my comment section. I just want to wish you an amazing day, an amazing week, and I hope to see you in the next one. Oh, you can freely download this schematic from my Discord and give me suggestions. What should I build next? See you in the next one. Bye bye.